What a way to start off I wouldn't even call it a second half of the year, but post-trade deadline kind of feels like a second half of the year, kind of that home stretch of the regular season. Boys pick up the 3-1 W down at the Trop today. They win 3-1 at Tropicana Field against the Tampa Bay Rays, and for the first time this year, the Toronto Blue Jays are 13 games over the 500 mark, 58-45 on the season. And the story of the game, Kevin Gausman, was remarkable. And even that is an understatement for how he performed today. 8 innings, 2 base runners, 10 strikeouts, no runs allowed. Incredible outing for Kevin Gausman today. Probably his best as a Blue Jay. And it was very needed. I had talked about it in that trade deadline video where I'm like, the Toronto Blue Jays can take this one of two ways. They don't add a ton of talent to this team. So they can take it as, well, why not? That really gets them angry and it goes completely south. Or they trust us. They have faith in our squad. They just added some extra pieces. Let's go for it. And tonight from Kevin Gausman, he got the ball and he's like, boys, don't worry. I got this. Our management trusts us. Let's go out there and make them proud. And man, oh man, did they do a job today. In particular, Kevin Gausman. Offensively, look, very first inning. Vladdy gets a double. Bo drives him in with a single. Blue Jays lead at 1-0 in the top of the first inning. For me, the turning point for Kevin Gausman in the bottom half of the first, where he allows a couple base runners, hits a guy as well, and you're like, damn, he's not feeling it early on. But with 1 out, basically has a strike 3 call on him with G-Man Troy at the dish, but Kirk, I guess he comes out of his crouch. Umpire doesn't call it a strike. Couple pitches later, strikes out Choi on a great splitter. And to that point, his splitter hadn't been biting, but it bites there. He gets the strikeout, and from that moment onwards, he didn't allow anything. Didn't allow squat. He was remarkable, was Kevin Gausman. But no offense for the Blue Jays for the most part of the game. Until the 9th inning, with Tapia getting with a single to move, I can't remember who it was. Who was it? Teoscar Hernandez, right. So he got on base with a walk, a really nice AB drawing the walk, and Tapia dumps one into left field for a base hit. Then Danny Jansen comes to the dish. This is only with 2 out, by the way. Jansen gets jammed, but he pops it up, and it's in no man's land in center field. In comes Siri. Jose Siri? I don't know. And he dives for it. It goes off his glove. 1 run's going to cross. There's 2 outs, so they're running on the swing, right? He makes contact. They're taken off. And it goes off his glove, and it knocks away from any player. So Taylor Walls has to go flying for it. And he runs and grabs it and fires it home. But Tapia from first has come all the way around. Head first slide. He's safe at the plate. Teo scores. Tapia scores. 3-0 Blue Jays. And you add those extra insurance runs because Kevin Gausman's day is done after 8 innings. And out comes Jordan Romano. And the first guy he sees, Taylor Wallace solo bomb. And you're like, wow, those extra 2 runs were massive. And Romano, shuts the door the rest of the way, no problem, night. And I love when he uses his fastball more. It is so good. And when he was using it today after that hanging breaking ball to Taylor Walls, got locked in and was great. So, not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to the game, when it comes to the offensive side of things, right? Lourdes Gurriel Jr. went 2 for 4. He was in the leadoff hole. Kind of a different look for the Blue Jays today. And I kind of like it. A guy that's been getting on base a ton, right? Not a big RBI. Well, I mean, obviously, when you're lower in the lineup, you're going to get those opportunities. But a guy that's just been getting on base a ton in Lourdes Gurriel. So, you put him at the top of the shot. Gets 2 hits for you. Albeit, didn't come across the score any times. But it gives you that opportunity because then it allows Vladdy, Kirk, Bo, Teo to come up with guys on base. So, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr., this guy is hot. He's got a hit streak going now. Since to move up to the 2-hole, he has been feeling it. He went 2 for 4 in the game, scored a run. Another multi-hit game for Vladdy. And he's only got the offense starting that top of the first. Bo Bichette driving him in there in the top half. Really nice job. Team overall, though, only had 8 hits. The approach to the play was a little off by a lot of guys. I thought Teo had a really nice approach today. Had a nice single the other way, and then obviously that great walk there in the 9th inning. Team only struck out 6 times, though, so putting the ball in play. And they did walk 3 times as well. So again, not a great offensive night. Obviously, only scored 3 runs, and 2 of those were in the top of the 9th inning. But those games are going to happen. And let's be real, Jays fans. You're at the Trop. What else do you expect? But what we don't expect is Kevin Gausman to go out there and go 8 innings, allow 1 hit, 1 walk, and punch out 10 guys. His splitter was electric tonight. His fastball was touching 97, 98. He was outstanding and picks up the W today. A well-deserved win for him. Jordan Romano goes a clean inning. He allows 1 hit, allows a run, gets a strikeout, and save number 25 on the year, still leading the big leagues in saves, as he should, because he's been getting a lot of those opportunities, and he's just been money when in that opportunity. And Jordan Romano, speaking of the new Canadian, and that's Zach Pop's, the new Canadian boy from Brampton, Ontario. Jordan Romano, before the ball game earlier today, gets named reliever of the month for the 2nd time. An ERA sub-1 going into the play today. He was absolutely stellar in the month of July, and well-deserved for Jordan Romano. He's been outstanding for this team, a rock for these guys. Look, we had 58 wins. He saved 25 games. It's quite a lot. He's been outstanding, has he really? I mean, it's been outstanding. Now, let's turn our focus tomorrow, Jays fans, because we can enjoy today, and it's a divisional game against the Tampa Bay Rays, which is massive because they're only 2.5 behind you, right? That's a big game. Another big game tomorrow, though. And this one, let's be honest, it's not as clear-cut as today with Kevin Gausman on the hill. You have Yusei Kikuchi taking the ball, and right now it's to be determined for the Tampa Bay Rays, so they probably might have an opener, then Ryan Yarbrough for the bulk guy. I don't know what's going to end up happening for the Rays tomorrow. They're just a question mark all the time. But for the Blue Jays, Yusei Kikuchi. It's a 12-10 first pitch, by the way, Jays fans. So it's a Thursday. I'll be out working. I mean, I'll try and get home as soon as I can, but can't guarantee squat. But Yusei Kikuchi. And I'm really hoping that he can build off of his last outing. He was pounding the strike zone, using his fastball, and 1 walk and 2 hits over 5 innings. He got 3 base runners. Albeit, I believe one was a solo bomb. But he was great. I think he struck out 5 or 6 guys. Pound the strike zone tomorrow. The Rays have a ton of lefties. So let's go to work. All right? Yusei Kikuchi, pound the strike zone tomorrow against those lefties. And I got this good gut feeling about tomorrow, but again, we'll all have to wait and see how it all plays out, all right? So you know what, Jays fans? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the game this evening, in fact, you enjoyed watching Kevin Gausman shove the Tampa Bay Rays down at the Trop, smack that like button double time. If you guys have not done so already, of course, because if you already have, then I appreciate it. But if not, smack it anyways for Kevin Gausman. Hit the subscribe button, you guys have not already. Twitter link is down below, so follow, send me a DM, all that great stuff. Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, of course, tomorrow, late afternoon. Jays, Rays, Game 2 of the 2-game series as they wrap up the mini 2-game set. Thank God they're out of the Trop in only 2 games. That's great. Get the hell out of there and head to Minnesota. All right, so Jays fans, 12:05 first pitch, Yusei Kikuchi versus to be determined for the Tampa Bay Rays. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the ball game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.